let's get to it. I don't remember where we're at, but we shall see. Car. 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 This is sending that to there, receiving that from there. So what we actually want to do, compared to what we are doing, is probably not to there, so not to there. So everything's ending up in this chest, which isn't exactly what we want. What we want is probably a system where each of the metals ends up in a different chest. So I'll delete this chest and place it here. This chest can go here. I'll start picking up these. So what I want, for instance, is for the iron to come out this way. I can destroy this chest. See, having this intermediary chest where everything goes into is fine for me, at least. Because then we can kind of start sorting it out. So, we're gonna have iron going straight into this chest. And then we'll have copper going straight into this chest. This is something I realized that I could do. Keep 2 stacks of each on us and have the rest get sorted through. And then what we'll do is when we have eventually Atlantum up and running, we'll have it go into a separate set of chests, and then if we want to, we can always expand our storage from here. Because all we really have to do is move this thing, which we might just do right now. Actually out of power flooring. But that's fine. I don't really care because as long as it's partially on power flooring, it should be fine. So we're just parking it like that. That should be good. So we have these 3 chests. Which for now are not perfect. Would there be a way to fix this? So that goes there. That goes down there. Which I would actually want to create a separate chest for. I'm trying to think this out in a kind of planning for the future type of way. So what I would really want from this is actually to have a chest about here. Where then this can go this way. Get picked up. And this can go this way. And to be dropped off. So it's essentially doing the same thing, but if I need this for something else, it'll be here. And stuff will get stacked up in here first. I'll eventually need something for limestone, but that's fine. And this can pull out slow, but I might as well make it fast, you know? Like, it doesn't actually hurt for it to be fast. In fact, if it eventually is fast enough that it's being built like that, then it would be good. So the only thing left for this chest is right here, where it'll intake limestone. Which will need something like this, so that it doesn't accidentally combine with that one. And when we eventually make a limestone chest, that'll be good. This. Where is this receiving from? Is it even receiving from? No. Then we have issues. So this is outputting hay, which is going to this chest, which is going into there, like that. We will want to change this. I still want this chest, but I want the hay to be doing something else. Which means what we can do is just go back here and change it. So we can pick a spot, for example, this is becoming messy quickly, huh? Because I haven't been doing this properly as I should. That's fair. Okay. One thing at a time, though. Of the materials left, the only thing we need is to find a chest to put hay in which we can later expand it. So, for example, I can't erase this, but I can build new stuff here. So let's go to wherever I have it building power flooring. This. And because we don't really need the staircase down, we can just cover it up. I can't turn. Well, that's not good. I can't look up or down either. Let me move the mouse, see if that fixes it. It does not. Let's try and pull a Crickadoo. Disconnect the... Pull out the battery. Put it back in. See what happens. No! I respawn? No. Okay. Main menu it is. Still can't turn? What's going on? Hmm. I'm worried this might be a controller thing, but we're gonna exit the game real quick. Just double check. Of course, issues like this would pop up right as I start the stream. As is my luck. There we go. Okay. So now that we have a bit of space over here, we're gonna add the chest, even though I don't think it's a great spot for it. Because we do have elevators. So where is the hay? Here. So we're just gonna elevator it right on up. Just pretty high. With fixed height belt. And then elevator it back down. Have a speed pull out. Or have a speed inserter. Ah, there should have been one more back, huh? Damn. That's unfortunate. Now we elevator it down. If we do it like this, then we can have a storage that we can pull out of every side. And have it go wherever we want. For now, we're just gonna pull it right back out here. Which may seem convoluted, but I think is actually for the best. Do that. Because now we can just take it back across. Because we know it needs to be where it was. To take up as little room as possible, kind of thing. So if we do that, we can just elevator it back down right where it's at. And then if we want more hay, all we have to do is set up a little thing in the future. Which we might do right now. Yeah. Hey, Rod. How's it going? This here. This here. These. These. Is that there? That was not necessarily the best way to do that, but we're gonna leave it. In this way, in the future, we can just have a whole bunch of hay going in there. I keep calling it hay. It's technically plant matter fiber, but I feel like it's hay, you know? So another thing I want to do is tab 2 filter inserters go in here. This isn't exactly smart, but I think in the long run, if we want to set up another thresher eventually, it'll be useful. But if we do decide to set up another thresher, what we'll do is probably elevator the sticks out, give them their own chest, and wherever we want to do that, we'll just have that be how it is. The same thing with the seeds if we want to set up more of these. Just so everything can be nice and organized. Now this blue stuff is going into its own chest, right? Yeah. And then this coolant is something completely different. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Set this up all the way over here. Because I may never use the. I'm not super interested in making a structure around any of my stuff. And unless I need stairs or lights for something specific, I won't end up needing them. So this is going to be for limestone, which we need a chest to be the source for limestone. So we're going to make that right here. That pull out. And while I could elevator here, I'm just gonna drag it all the way to here. And we'll see how good this is. Oop. And then worst comes to worst, I can have a second puller out. But eventually we'll also be mining limestone. So for now, we have a big backlog, so we don't have to worry about it. This isn't necessarily a good chest to use for this, but it's also not a bad chest, so we're just gonna leave it be what it is. So, of the things we want to do for our machines, one, we need to set up a way for copper to get here. And for iron to get here. I think copper and iron are the only things they're pulling out. Yeah. And then this machine, we want to separate this. Well, it's not efficient for this. It's gonna technically be efficient because we're gonna just, instead of having these pull out to that, we're gonna have them pull out to the chest, and that chest will pull out to machines elsewhere. We'll build that chest here. I'm not doing a great job at making sure my chests are amazingly set up, but for now it's fine. Okay. So this not like that. Let's start with this one. I'm gonna do one thing at a time, so I don't over extend what I'm trying to do. Elevator down. Okay. And then instead of pulling out this straight from here, this will be receiving from elsewhere. So then we can keep the copper there, we can keep the iron here, because that'll do that, and that'll do that. But then we have to have this be inserting copper, or not copper, be inserting the copper wires from there. Which I can just follow this line back, figure out. That's fine. Where exactly I'm pulling from. Which will be here. Which means here. Ah, unfortunate. Okay. Because this is the way it is, we're gonna have to just simply commit war crimes. I know it's a little ridiculous, but it's what works best, so. Let's extend that one more, just so it just straight up goes in. Doop. And then we just pull out of here and put into there, right? Now that's getting that. It's also getting the iron, that's getting the copper and doing that, so that's good there and that's good there. Now this chest needs a way to get both copper and iron. So let's start with copper. which is right here. We just go down. Oop. Now we need to receive from iron. And we'll do it this backwards so that it's easier. Oh. No. Is that also why this one's wrong? Yeah, probably. Ha! Oh, see, this one's also wrong. Okay. Go up. Getting caught on the lip here. Is that working now? There we go. So yeah, maybe I should work from the chest back because I'm just gonna end up confusing myself again. Oop. That worked how I hope it did. We can just swap. Should be iron coming now. This isn't necessarily a machine we need running. But for as long as we're going to have everything connected, I would like to have it running. And then we should swap this. Straight up pull back all of these to here. I think it can work from right there. Could be wrong. I think I can just do this. There we go. Now we have a chest specifically for this. These two both end up at this machine, but if instead we do this back over to here. can then elevator it up. I don't think it needed to be that high, but whatever. Elevator it all the way back. Get it over here somewhere. Create a chest for this. Because this is a good part of this is because it's a good thing to know just how much of this I have. So it's going up. Means it's going across. There it is. That's gonna need to be faster. I was confused about where my conveyor belt was for a second there. The fact that it switches the symbol isn't a bad thing, but it also confuses me. Yes, we'll need 2 of these preferably. Preferably. Huh? Take those back in a second. I believe what I'm missing is a bunch of this. So grab a stack of that. Maybe 2. Yeah, 2 will be good. Okay. So now, instead of feeding into the machines, we're actually receiving these back at the base, and then we can deliver them to the machines that need them. Which is good. Okay, copper wire make. Okay, copper wire can wait. So next, these are hooked up to this. So this is going to need not only its own chest for exporting, but also a different chest for importing goods. So what we can do is have a chest over here. This to export into. I don't like that. Over here would be better. Type belt. Because eventually we'll want this running full power, and we'll hope. I keep doing that to myself. We'll hope to have it running decently fast. But for now, soon it won't be. I'm still gonna have this run like that, but it's gonna be more like this, where it's out of the way. Those. Okay. So now we need some way to get the plant matter frames to you. Which we will have be different than this. So that if we want to add a second one later, we can. But so it's not taking up a whole bunch of space that I can use for this other one. So let me figure out where I put the plant matter frames. Let's have one pull out. Up. Yeah, let's just take this up a little bit more. Our main issue is just going to be with these elevators running into situations like this where stuff isn't quite high enough or it's too high. But it's in the sky, so it's hard to deal with. This is the machine. So we can just bring this down like here so that I can actually see what I'm doing with it. So this is where it's at. Not the best placement, but it's not a big deal. That number. Do a single pull in with the potential to add another one later. So next is this machine. We won't want to directly enter here. We can have it directly enter into a chest because we don't care where this chest goes. Yes, we do. We want it to have a full set of room, so it's not going to be good like that. Let's start with this copper wire. This is not how we want this copper wire, so while we can have the copper pouring into this chest to feed all of these machines, we do not want these machines to exit like this. This one's copper wire, which goes where? I have a chest for it already, but I don't know exactly which one it is. Over here? Someone making copper wire. Just exiting there. Across this line. Turning here, going down here. Ah, there we go. If I go here, does that work? I don't think so. I might have to change that. Yep. So let's just do this. Do the down chest right here so I know exactly where I'm looking to go. Just fix height into it. Okay. So this is this. Can't do this. This needs a supply of copper, but first, because of how I set this up, I should be able to, this one. We'll delete all of this while we're at it. Leave that. This we should be able to. My brain is still working how it should. Like this. Straight into there. Because while if we end up mass producing copper wire from these spots would be a problem, I don't think we're going to run into that issue. Because even if we speed up these ones to like level 2s, it's just going to be twice as much, which is still going to fit on this line how it is. We are going to swap this to this. Make a bunch of those. Swap these. So even with the speed up, it should still work. Not going to worry about that for now, because what we want to do now is pick copper in this chest, which we want to figure out from the copper chest in case there is an issue. Okay. So 2 things we want to do. First is start slowly moving copper to a secondary chest, which can't be right here because the staircase is in the way, but can be here, I believe. So we can still elevator out of the back if we need it. And while we won't be using that for this one specifically, it will be needed for the next one, because we will not have any more room to pull out from this chest. The reason I'm changing all of this is because, funnily enough, on my playthrough with my brother and sister-in-law, we started doing this because it's necessary. Yeah, I'll just do that like that. It's not the greatest, but it will work. It will work is what I care about, more than being the greatest. I do still need to be able to get iron into this chest for these two outputters. 3 outputters. But I think what I can do, instead of doing this, I can split this here. Okay, well, let's do it like this then. Ooh. No, what the fuck? The fuck? Okay, there's that. You can place this back down. And we're gonna solve this issue by doing simply first this. So that doesn't need to be like that anymore. That can put in there. And then this. Because now that this is like this, that cannot connect. Which is what we want. Which means we can pull out of, we can put into this. The iron chest. Which we will fortunately need to do the same thing we did just a second ago. We're gonna need to make another chest somewhere for iron to go into so we can pull out of it later. And once again, for now, we want this to be slow, because we're not getting enough iron as it is. Be doing that. That's okay. Let's figure out how to get this to where we want it to be. If that works, which it does, nice. It's one too far. Oop. Oop, I'm still one too far. Oh my lordy Lou. It's really hard to tell what's going on up there compared to down here, you know? There we go. So now that should give us the iron we need to get this operation back up. Because there's only 2 of these and they're already connected by this conveyor belt, what we can do is just leave them running like this and erase from here. Have the thing when we eventually get it going down to there. Now we have this, which needs to go up. Try that again. Now, which chest should this go into? Does it even have a chest that it can go into? Let's leave it right here while we find out. Iron and copper. This is an empty storage chest, which will be dispensing what? Limestone. Cool. That's iron. That's frames. That's iron. Okay. So we should actually place it over here with the threshers because it's the easiest spot to put it for now. A big storage area over here. Just wait for a bunch of stuff to build. So what we'll do is finish up getting this exactly, not exactly, but you know, closer to where we want it. And we're looking over here. That's fine like that. But we do need copper wires over here. And over here. So what we'll probably end up doing is splitting a line for copper wires between these two. Unless this already has copper wires, it does. So what we can do no. We're just gonna find our copper wires and think they're this chest. No, they couldn't be this chest. Could they? No, they can't. What is this? Yeah, because it is limestone. Where did I put the copper wire chest? This chest. This is receiving. This is receiving. This is receiving. What? Oh, is this one upside down? Is this one backwards? Oh, this has been backwards the whole time. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah. Is this one backwards? Yeah, it is. Okay. It's also backwards, but not by much. So now you're receiving these. And I can split these off. Go. This machine. That. Have it come down. And we'll see if I've messed this up or not. Oh. So now we're gonna need a chest for this. Which is partially why I have been letting this kind of slide by. What happened to my line? Went up all the way to here, across all the way to there. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Let's bring both of these down so that I can tell where the heck they're at. And also because I can probably easily just feed them into their own chests from here. Okay. So you should not be connected like this anymore. This will need to be coppered and ironed, and this blue stuff. And this fan. So there's a space for copper, iron, blue stuff, and fan for each of them to be rattled in. Let's start by belting away these. So that should be easy. I think. Copper. Where's the wires? I always lose these wires, I swear. That's because they need to go here. This is backwards. That's easy fix. Boop. I'll have to create another chest for these here in a second. We might bring in the copper and iron first. One copper, one iron, and one blue stuff. I'm gonna look at it like this because it's gonna be easier for me to tell. Start with copper. Still gonna be above my head? Yeah, cool. It's really what's most important. It's one of these machines over here that needs it. Not that one. This one? Oh, shit, was that looking at? It's red, not blue. Here we go. Bring it down. We do the same thing but with our new iron chest. Now we need to do it for the blue. Ooh. Which is this chest. It's convenient that I can elevator out of these chests because definitely wouldn't have been good before that way. I don't want to move this chest. Just right here. There's nothing's pulling out of it quite yet. So it can be moved without any hassle. This is mainly so that I can pull this one out somewhere else and create another chest, but also because I can pull this out directly from the sides now without blocking anything. This is the wrong chest. Chest. Okay, this is an issue. So we're gonna fix that. Just let's store all of this again. Yeah, this is the chest I made just for seeds. Or in case I need to put spare seeds in there. So I can just throw all of that in there. I don't know how it ended up in there, but it did. I think what I'm gonna do is move where this chest is situated to somewhere else. I think just on the opposite side of this line would make it 20 times more convenient. Go. Now we can simply pull out from right here. Make every single one of the conveyor belts possible. Fix tight and take it to where we're going. Not that one. Is it that one back there? I believe so. but doesn't need to. So we can just do this. That should pull out these little blue guys and stick them right in there. Which means this should be crafting, and instead of coming straight from this, the gears will go to our gear chest. I believe is one of these two, potentially. Yeah, this one. Down. Start pushing in. Ooh. Yeah. So the reason this is good for us is because eventually we'll need to sift through these better. Especially these blue ones, I believe. So that we can get more plant matter quickly, you know? And what we might do damn, it won't. Okay. I'm gonna say if it lets us, I was gonna try to add another pullout, but because of where we have everything set up, we're not particularly in the greatest of spots to do that. I could fix it, make it more convenient, but for now, I don't think it's really necessary. Because it is pulling out the max plant matter fiber as is. But let's get back to what we were doing. So now this needs gears. Boop. Squeeze through all of this. I believe that machine is the one that we're looking for. Honestly, as long as the conveyor belt gets to where it's going, I'm not gonna fight it on the specifics. Okay, so now this is running. Now we have an issue of where this leads to. So we need to conveyor belt up, make a chest for these. Fair enough. I do it here. Should be able to make it right under here. No. Make it back through here. Yeah. I don't think I'm a genius, but I do think I'm evil, and that might be enough. Where did I leave that elevator? There it is. Down to here. Pull. Chest. So now we have that running. So now we need to pull back out. I'm an idiot. I mean, it's fine. This is exactly what I want, because now the only hindrance to me is going to be from actually trying to find the chests that stuff needs to end up at. I don't know where this was supposed to end up at. Ah, this. If we put it here.
Ricker, you've built enough conveyor belts to mesmerize the best of us. If I could get dizzy in here, I would be falling over. Well done.
To here. Well, I've never heard her say that before. So that's interesting. This is not what needs it. What? You stay there while I search. What the heck needs you? Nothing? Nothing needs you? Bruh. Why did I have you crafting them? I don't understand. have a backup of these. That's not a bad thing. Just need to remind myself that that's not a bad thing. Eventually I will need these, so... Okay. Let's go back to the beginning. So these have... Assuming these are for iron and copper, because I wouldn't put anything else in here for such a weird way. I should go back to this chest real quick. Drop all of these back in. Just let that keep doing its thing. Okay. I know these are set up right, so I don't have to worry about those. This is seemingly my hay chest. Which is fine. This exporting, this is getting both of its materials probably. Seemingly. So is this. Are they both exporting? Yes. Good. This is exporting. It's getting its material. This leads to this. Okay, so that'll be getting that and that, and it's exporting. Cool. This is getting that matter frames, and seemingly it's set up to import. No, this is wrong. Because it looks like it's set up to export. Yeah, but this is an elevator down. Instead of an elevator up. These will go in this chest, which is fine for me. So I need these little chippies. They're over here. It's getting both and it's exporting, so I need to import that into this. So that's the next thing we're doing. There we go. I'm gonna end up needing more elevators. Well, they're not elevators, they're, you know what I mean, don't you? So the hay's coming from that other chest, and that's why it's entering here, which is coming into here, which is good. Okay. Sorry, I was wild goose chased for no reason. Oh. This is going up here. Okay, so this is already something I built 5 seconds ago. I forgot to grab the iron and copper already. I have copper, but not iron. That's the issue. So let's go back to our base in the other place. It's been a while. I don't want to get stopped halfway with my thought process with those chips. So this bottom will only pick up the fuel. This will export the fuel, but we'll pick up anything. And then we do have them exporting one of each like this. It's slow. So what I might do is make them quick. Unfortunately, that means that we might end up with an issue later on down the line, but for now, it's the most reasonable thing to do. I need to speed up my collection of it. Because yeah, with how it is, that'll go out. Yeah, our main issue is just we're collecting as fast as we can, but it's not fast enough. What I might do is add a third level where it picks up here, goes to the third level, drops down here. Or you know what I mean, drops down right next to it, so it's still one coherent belt. Either way, let's do that. Start like that. Go to this. Add the chest. Add some of these. Also have a bunch of these building while I do that. And then we should be able to go to this. Go to this. Nope. So what if I do this? Boom. It's illogical in any kind of real way. And yet, it may just work out for me. So first we do this roundabout, but only to here. We turn out to here. because I'm going to need room for the exporters. This should go around to here, where then we're going to need room for an elevator down. Right there, so we connect this right here. Does it do what I wish for it to do? Just complete the cycle. Looks like it. Our only issue from here being I didn't completely do exactly what I wanted. Which is fix tight. Did that so that I can put 2 purples. I know I can fix that in a minute. These will be pulling out bio bricks in case they come by, which they shouldn't, but still. See what I did? I don't actually need that. Be like that. I mean, if I ever do get BioBrick in the system, it'll probably never come out. But that's fine. So now we can do this, 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 and build 2 more. But we can build the elevators first. Elevators, but you know what I mean. We want to reach this line. Need 2 flooring to do. We don't actually, but it's a pain to do it without it. There we go. Back to how I had it. Please and thank you. This is the line that we want it to end up on, which means we want it to go to that should be fine because we can figure it out from here. Then do this. There we go. And we just have to connect the other one to it. Which we can just straight up do. Well, I guess we can make this easy on ourselves instead of trying to do this for 5 minutes. 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 5 minutes place an elevator. Now that is all done, we can go down here, show you why we truly did this. Boop. Boom. Unfortunately, we're going to be getting a lot more iron than copper this way, which is not exactly what we want. I'm just going to pick up a shit ton of this iron so that it's actually sending copper instead of iron on this bottom one, because we already know the top one's going to be sending iron instead of copper. Plus, I'm always out of iron anyway. Stick a couple of these on here. Now this one should stick with iron instead of copper, and this one should stick with copper instead of iron, for at least a little while. Which means we'll be getting a decent amount of both. And which means by the time it actually reaches the bottom, we should have a lot less going down to the be recycled in. Which you can kind of see happening already. Okay. Now that we have that sorted out, oh, I know why I was making cooling systems, because I have a mission to do cooling systems. Okay, cool. Either way. I forgot what I was working on, so we're doing this now. Like this for now, so that I can figure out. These are those, right? Okay, pull one out. I'll get here eventually. They look like them, so I'm gonna assume I'm right. This number. Okay, here we go. So this, we can... I don't know exactly where I was sending it when I did this, but I do know where I can't be sending it right now. Actually, I might know where I was trying to send it. Was it one of these? I would assume it would be the pink thing, right? Let's put it over here, assuming that it is. It's not. Cool. What is in dire need of that? You? Just you? Okay. Well, is unnecessarily in the way, but honestly, it's fine. We're going to be building elsewhere in a second, so we don't have to deal with it. The fact that it's unnecessary. Shit. Like that. Like that. I was right before. Oh. So this is now doing this. This is fine like this. This needs to receive iron and copper. This is collecting these, which we'll leave for now. Unless we want to just swap it to a different chest real quick, which I think we do. So what we're gonna do is just build a elevator down, plop a chest right there. So when these come out now, they'll be going there. We'll have a chest full of accumulators. This we don't want here. So we will make a chest for you too. Luckily we don't have a chest for this already, so we can just place it over by this. And it'll be easy GG to deal with. Keep running out of flooring, which is fair, but also kind of annoying. They're easy to build though, which is nice. And they build nice and quick. Okay. For some reason it was backwards, whatever. Ah, no it wasn't. This is wrong. Cool. It's easy to deal with. Okay, you also need copper frames. So now we just go back to our box. Reverse Google search it. Elevator down. Home. It's a little convenient, but it's fine. Convenience is only a good thing, so. And last but not least, we need to grab this red powder. Let me just do that. Let the copper go through because I can just manually place several hundred, I guess several thousand iron in here. Place a bit of copper in there, but we'll also pull out this big chunk of it, so it's really not that fair. Okay, back to what we were doing. This stuff. Need a good chunk of it. We'll do it like that. Conveyor belt up. Should we insert it over here or over here? Let's do it over here. Place this here, do a conveyor belt down. Go right in. That should be everything that needs to build those. So that's just a matter of time. We have the copper frames doing their thing, but are there iron frames that need to be doing their thing? Do not see them, so I'm going to assume no. You need both of your materials. Let's start with the gears because I cannot see them for the life of me. And by them, I of course mean this one back here. I'm just gonna forget it. So let's try to avoid that. Yeah, don't do that game. Let you do whatever that is. Ah, shit. This is all backwards, isn't it? Fuck. Okay, well, we can fix that in post. But it's me who's messing it up. I did not realize I could swap the elevator by simply pressing it. Wow. Okay, that would have changed a lot. I'm really worried that I'm accidentally gonna press swap on something that I shouldn't, but for now it looks like we're like that. For the most part, right now it looks like we're good. We're good. We're good. There we go. Now we need to do that, but with the copper. We're gonna need a lot of these. Let's just craft them all. What the hell? So, copper wires. Did I forget to stick a bunch of iron in here? Actually. Yeah, I stuck it in here instead. It's fine. It's just also not optimal. Okay. What was I looking for? Copper wires? I believe there are ones that are in a funky place. So let's follow. Not you. You're all fucked up. One of you is going to have needed copper wires or something. Like this. This will tell me where the copper wires are. There they are. Yeah, that'll help. Okay. Which one of these machines was it that needed it? This one. Now we should be back to making pink research cores. Honestly, pretty fast. Not as fast as humanly possible, but pretty fast. Speaking of which, how many of those do we have? 30? Oh, it's not a lot. Spend them all on biodense too. Okay. Is there anything left? One of these is paused because it's not. Because it was going straight into something else and that's not what we wanted.
There's also this, which isn't getting the... uh, chips that it needs. Let's start with that, then we'll find the copper wire. These chips. Let's go to the assembler that needs it. Somewhere in here. Here. Do it right here. Valid placement. So there's a conveyor belt right next to it, huh? Escape. This way? Like this. To here. I can then drag them down like that. And drag them in like that. And then this is exporting where? Here already? Cool. I do want to swap where this chest is, but I also don't really want to. And I'll just remember if I run out of floors that I have a big ass chest of them. I'm pretty good on conveyor belts, so we're gonna pull 15 of these. Until it's shown that I need more conveyor belts, I don't really want to grab more. So this is just going to this chest, which is weird. I feel like I'm using them in something, right? Ah, but I don't have a way to get them there. That's what's going on. Let me do that. Only one of these is needed. Left a spot for 2 just in case later I somehow ramp up. But I forgot.
Those take so long to make that it's probably not even worth caring about. Down. Do this. A lot of there. Now these are crafting. That's the wrong thing, huh? So I don't have a use for these yet. Oh, no, 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 no. Let me do this so that I can do this. Okay. So, why are you paused? Don't have any chips coming to you, which is weird. I felt like I delivered to you, but maybe I did not. So yeah, let me do that. Make sure I still got space. I do. Uh, over there. So, boop, boop, boop. And I just did the same thing I did before, but whatever. Because either way, these should now be transporting, so I should be building accumulators, which is good and dandy. Good and dandy, fine and dandy. Is I. Now, if I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not, the only thing left is this area. Oh, which is a whole ordeal, huh? Here's these. I was wondering where I'd find these. Okay. I think we're gonna stop here for now. Unless Peach isn't ready.